Okay, so I think we should be live again. Welcome to everyone to the first session where we are speaking about visions, different projections about the future of marketing, sales, communications, and all those people that are in fact meeting, facing clients on a day-to-day basis and who are communicating with them. That's why, in fact, we have called this panel The World of Marketing and Sales Today, Alignment, Strategy, and Digitalization. So you can see I'm welcoming two very interesting people, starting with Maria, who is the founder and CEO of United Partners, one of the most prominent, one of the most popular agencies here in Bulgaria, and not only in Bulgaria, but also in Central and Eastern Europe. I think everyone in the industry not only knows her, but admires her and her work very much. And also something very important about Maria, she's a board member of the International PR Association as well. And yeah, welcome, Maria. We are very,
Thank you,
very
guys.
pleased to be here. Yeah.
Thank you for the warm welcome, and I'm looking forward to a nice conversation.
Thank you. Thank you. Next comes Ivan. I already introduced Ivan again. Welcome, Ivan. Here, just a brief introduction about Ivan as well. Apart from being the co-founder of Limacon, he's professionally a salesperson, very much interested specifically into sales alignment, lead generations, and B2B sales, especially through the digital channels such as LinkedIn.
And because of that, he doesn't have much time to play the guitar, so I'm just placing it there on the background.
Let's hope we can hear a song at the end, maybe.
Oh man, no, not today.
Basically, we are awaiting one more person for this session. In fact, we have a person. Maria is joining, I think, from Sofia. Ivan is joining from Plovdiv, and we have one person joining from Sweden. I think he has some technical problems, awaiting him just to come any minute now. A very interesting person as well, a founder of Structsales, a Swedish company, and also a person who has participated 3 times as a speaker of Inbound, which is in fact the biggest event of HubSpot, the yearly event of HubSpot hosted in the United States. And he describes himself as, I'm reading what he has sent, the guy who loves creating tension and big money for his clients. So
Oliver, yeah.
Yeah, his name is Oliver. Just looking forward to him showing up any minute now. Starting with Maria. Maria, you are very much into communications professionally and every day. Can you share your thoughts on how has communication changed in the past several years, and in fact, what has driven that change?
Yeah, thank you for that question. It's actually a question that I love, because the last couple of years have been an amazing journey for the communications industry, and I'm very happy that I've been part of this journey. We have started as a traditional PR agency many years ago, and the last couple of years we had to transform into a hybrid agency. And what challenged that is actually that, the traditional PR agency, in the past, we used media as a way to reach diverse audiences. And now, since everything changed through the digitalization, and we were sitting with my team and thinking, okay, as a PR people, we traditionally know how to produce content. But nowadays, we can't just reach people through media. We have to become really good in other ways of reaching people. So we jumped into this new kind of field for us and started learning different new things, skills, tools, etc. And that led us some years ago to HubSpot as one of the best ways to, combine our content production knowledge with a way to reach people. And of course, we just started just mixing all the traditional and the new ways of reaching different audiences for our clients. So it was a challenge how people that are only being in content had to learn, use tools, be a little bit more tech savvy. And in the past, we were looking for people with good writing skills, and nowadays, we have this amazing challenge that we are looking for a mixed skills. I know that we're going to talk a little bit later about that, but it is a big challenge for us. And it's a big challenge because I'm teaching in the Sofia University, and they're not there yet. They haven't switched to that point that kids should learn should have these mixed skills. They're still teaching the traditional way, and we are looking for a newly skilled kind of people that know both ways. So this is a big challenge for us. But we, in the core of our DNA, of our company, is the drive for innovation. So we have started with trying to find a different kind of automation, both business automation and marketing automation. And we're testing a lot of new things just to see what works for us and what doesn't. And I think that when we discovered the inbound marketing, and I'm grateful that we have an amazing speakers here, a line of speakers that's going to talk in depth about that. But it was like an eye-opening for us, how we can find a way to, like 4 things that we discovered that we can do with that. First, it helped us to grow our business faster. We first tested it for ourselves, how we can do this, how we can produce a cool content, how we can reach people, how we can engage with them, how we can convert them. It was really fun ride. And we decided to learn through using it for our own agency. And it helped us grow. We are like in a very, very nice and joyful growth stage right now. And we then, when we learned, of course, we started using it for our clients. The other thing that we discovered, the second thing, is that it saved us resources, because when you automate, you have more time for the things that you love, and then you can do right. So it helped us a lot. It's like time, same energy, and we had like a wider reach. The fourth thing that we had is actually one thing that I've been fighting with my clients for ages. We have, I don't know if you're not in the PR industry, and I'm also judging international awards. And there is one thing in PR industry called advertising value equivalent. I don't know if you have heard about it. That's how people measured in the past what we have achieved. And this is actually the equivalent for, imagine that you have like an article in a newspaper. I'm going to tell you how it's the old way. And then they measured how big is the article and how much money you would pay if this is an advertising. Oh. And then there were like even more advanced people that there was I think it was David Ogilvy in the past who said that the impact of an article is minimum 6 times bigger than an advertising. So those people measure the advertising costs that would be and multiply it by 6 to tell the client what is actually some sort of measurement way. And it's just like it's a nonsense, Now even we were talking in the board of HIPRA that we should disqualify campaigns that enter the awards with this kind of measurement, but they're still doing it, still doing it. And so the fourth thing that we discovered is like a really new alternative way. We can measure everything that we do. This was not possible for PR in the past, guys, and this is like a breakthrough. We love that. We love that we can measure everything we do. So this is amazing, and I love that, and we can keep doing that. And the fourth one was that better targeting. When you distribute a press release, you reach people that you don't want to reach, but you reach them, or you pay for a reach that you don't want. And here you have such a precise ways to target specific groups, and this then the efforts are really more efficient, and everything is like, even the content is created for the specific target group. Otherwise, when we do a traditional PR campaign, you just like reach everyone with the same content. It's very difficult to produce different content for different. So this was the fourth thing, and I think that those 4 things kind of made us rethink the way we do our business and help our clients grow and develop and use our skills, mixing it with the tech skills, and go to another level of communications. And I think that I'm very, very grateful for, even for this event, because we are discussing things that I think in Bulgaria hasn't been discussed much. And I hope this is the beginning of a fruitful long-term conversation that we can work together and educate the market. And yeah, get better.
Yeah. Amazing. Sounds very amazing. Just in order to like finalize this topic, because you've touched upon quite a lot of subtopics in your speech speech up to now. Just interested and curious to understand. You said for us it's very important to be always innovating, but also in order to create growth, you need to create processes. You need to be some kind of sustainable, which is not always connected to innovation. So probably companies need to think about a good balance between exploration, which is the innovation part, and exploitation, which is already applying something that is working and it's not much connected to innovation. How do you find this balance? And before answering, just I would be very curious if you say several words. You say you are working with young people, teaching at university. You said that currently nowadays you need to hire people with different skill sets, with diverse skill sets, hybrid people. So if you need to choose at least, let's say, one skill, or is it the skill, or is it more of mindset that you are looking for into those people?
Oh, I'll start backwards then from the last question, okay, because I love it. I'll share my story. Some years ago, we were more like maybe 5 years ago, and until 5 years ago, we were hiring for skills, for hard skills. Okay. And I'm an entrepreneur, and I've been always looking for hacks. What is the best way? What is the shortcut? How to make things work? Guys, what I discovered 5 years ago, and since then we are working very much into that direction, is that hard skills we can build. We can train people, they can learn that. Yes. You can't change the heart and the values of the people. So what we did actually is like, we focused our energy into building a good company culture and around our values. And this worked well for us. And I'm now sharing with other companies that, like, this is the most important thing. You hire for heart. You hire the heart. You hire the energy of the person. And then we have a brilliantly developed internal UP Academy. We train. We have a lot of tons of knowledge. The knowledge is everywhere now. If you have the will and heart and you want to grow and develop, you can find knowledge anyway. So that's what we hire for. That's the most important. We even developed a culture fit questionnaire. So what we make sure that we have a fit of cultures, both the person and the company. And that's the most important thing. Then we will look for the rest.
All right.
That was that question.
All right. Thank you very much, Ivan. Going to you. I know you're impatient. I think you have some things to already in your mind to say. Just wanted to again emphasize on what Maria said. Building culture is a very vital thing in the company. And Dharmesh Shah, one of the co-founders of HubSpot, he says exactly that. We are building two products. One of them is HubSpot, the software solution, but the other product is our culture. And those two are equally important for us. So yeah, this is how high in hierarchy culture has gone. Okay, Ivan, to you. Yeah. You're a sales professional and a person who is leading a marketing company as well. So first of all, can you tell me how you see sales departments evolved through years, and why nowadays alignment is more important than ever between marketing and sales?
Yeah. Well, first of all, thank you, Maria, for this inspiring part, because it's amazing how we have an event about technologies, but actually we started speaking about people. Because people, technologies are nothing without the people. So what we are seeing today is that in the past, technology was something very boring and related to company culture and to the new generations. Now we need to have technology that inspires as well. So it's not just a tool, it's a way of living. And I'm always saying about HubSpot, I really like the platform because it's really very related to the normal way of life of young people. And that's very important. It's not just a tool that you need to use for some stuff on your daily professional life, but it's something that actually becomes a part of you. And and you are enjoying using it. And I think that's the secret of today's softwares and technologies that want to fight for the attention of young marketing and sales professionals. And we're going to speak about people, because I think technology is something very nice, but we need to place people in order to use this technology on the best possible way. And what we see today is something that is, I am always saying in terms of, let's say, way of selling, I'm like the old generation. I like to do things with passion. I like to do things with meaning. And some people are saying that technologies today are replacing this human communication. And what is HubSpot all about? And that is something that we can also read in their messaging, is that these are tools that enables you to engage with people in a meaningful conversation. And I think this is the highlight of today's marketing and sales. We were previously in a path where we were just shooting out commercials, or going from door to door, or just cold calling people and doing some meetings and trying to sell them, like selling the product, not the value. And nowadays, because of internet, because of the whole digitalization and globalization, you cannot allow yourself to be any more, let's say, siloed in your way how you sell. You want to be engaging your brand in meaningful conversation with your potential buyers. And that's something that maybe the salespeople today are still not understanding so much. It's not about the technology, it's about the mentality and how you approach the people where you want to connect. And actually the technology today, smartly used, as Maria mentioned, segmented, personalized, enables you to connect with more people, but again, in the same meaningful and very personal way, which is very important. So nowadays, when salespeople are saying, man, I need to reach my quote, I need to go out and find new 100 leads, and he starts doing this manually. And I think that's the problem. So nowadays, sales tools like those in HubSpot or in other platforms, there enables people to be, as Maria mentioned, more focused on the meaningful part of the sales and marketing process, and not just doing some manual stuff or writing some stuff somewhere. And yes, to answer your question, George, at the end, marketing and sales today, it is something like, in a relationship, there is always the pre-game part when you start connecting with someone, and you just need to get to know this person a little more in order to connect with him on a more personal level or buy for him. And I think marketing and sales today need to go along very closely together. And especially in the B2B world, this is a very challenging part. We are seeing it nowadays that still businesses don't focus so much on the marketing end. And I think that's a huge challenge. I just read a statistics that says that only 12% of the people that you are engaging with are actually wanting to meet with the sales rep. This is also nobody wants to go with the sales guy anymore.
No.
I don't know. Maybe you can share as well your experience in that.
Yeah, actually that's true. We have discussed a lot about that the way people consume information is completely different from many years ago. So now we need to create an interesting content. We need to reach the people, like now HubSpot, I know that they say that, the right people, the right time, with the right content, and through the right channel. So it's completely different story nowadays, and this is very important, to know the audience and to know how to reach them and when to reach them. Yeah. And that's what's funny. The thing that you're saying, that the marketing and sales should work hand in hand. This is something that we have discussed previously. I'm working a lot with FMCG industry, consumer sector mainly, and there, when you have like a campaign that is going, an advertising campaign, a BTL campaign, ATL campaign, above the line campaign, it's a lot of things simultaneously. You have no clue what's working, what's not. So like big companies, they're putting a lot of money in big campaigns, and they have at the end, it's successful, but they don't know why exactly it's successful, which part of the campaign contributed the most. So this could help you next time to invest more money in this channel or this approach. And we've always suffered how to prove the value, because we've been more into PR. How to prove the value of PR? How much did we contributed to the success of this campaign? And those tools now enable us to see each piece of content, what impact can make it. And then we can focus, okay, this works better. Let's do more of those. And the other thing is like the flexibility, that if something is not working, you change it and it goes with another thing. And when you are out there with a big billboard campaign, go and change it if it's not working. It's not easy. Or it's on air, then you have put a lot of money in TV. And this is amazing now that we can, work as a team and experiment and fit to the right channels and right content nowadays.
And as a marketer, prove to the salespeople that you are actually helping them generate the best leads, generate more traffic, and help them sell. So this is actually very important. So marketing nowadays has the role to help salespeople sell more better and more meaningful in terms of engaging with the leads. And I think this is very important to state.
Yeah, and especially for the B2B sector now, because you mentioned about that, and we're working a lot also with the B2B sector, especially the tech industry. And there it's very much into what we call the thought leadership strategies. And thought leadership strategies connected to producing a lot of content, positioning you as an expert in a certain area, and making your name known. It doesn't matter if it's like an executive or a company or whatever. And that's a lot of content, a lot of production of content. The leads are coming after that. It's not like an instant lead, okay?
Yeah.
And it's difficult to explain that it's a process and you have to invest in building this and to have a strategy for thought leadership. People to trust you and to buy from you, they have to know your name. And to know your name, it's not coming out of nowhere. They know because you're talking in these events and sharing some useful content. You're writing blogs, you're writing white papers, you're speaking. It's a lot of things. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I cannot agree more with what you said. Okay, so another question to you. We have the name of the conference, Business Automated. At the same time, we are talking about personalization. A lot of people see conflict in the terms automation and personalization. A lot of people are not connecting the term automation with personalization. They just see the opposite thing. So what is your view on that? And in fact, where do you see the border, the threshold between automation and personalization on the other hand? And who wants to start? Who of you wants to start?
Maria, if you want.
Yeah, okay, maybe this is a little bit more into the technical part, but from our perspective, I would say that the most successful communication is when it's tailor-made to the audience that you're talking. And we are saying we cannot have the same message. For example, if you're making a recruitment campaign, for example, if I want to reach like the women, let's say, and they can influence men, it's in one message. If I want to reach men directly, it's another message. And I can't talk to both groups in the same way. So it's not like it's not personalization. I want to talk to Ivan. It's to a group of people that I can craft and shape the right message. And then I think the impact is much bigger. It's not talking, it's this is, I think, the benefit.
Yeah. Well, there is a saying about when we talk about automation, and B2B, everybody knows Industry 4.0. Now we're talking about Industry 5.0, and these are marketing stuff that actually somebody made it to sell more the vision of integrated factories. But there is a saying that in the future, the future factory there will be one employee and one dog. And actually the employee will be there to feed the dog, and the dog will be there to take care that the person will not touch the machines. and this is
protect the machines from people.
Yeah. And this is a scary thing, and I must say, when we speak about small companies, when we speak about companies that are handcrafting lots of stuff, They're really afraid of the future because everybody is thinking, oh, automation, oh, machines, oh, machine learning, AI, everything, big data, it will replace the humans. And then we're going to, yes, of course, there are very, let's say, scary scenarios that we need to be aware of. But what is exactly very important here to say is that automation enables you to give this repeatable tasks that you need to do every day to the computer, to the machine, to the software, and then you can focus. Because it was very important what Maria says at the beginning. It not only in the PR world, but in every marketing company, there are lots of people creating content. And actually, content creation is something that will stay on the field of humanity for a long time now. And you need to create content. You need to focus on that. But in order to be able to spread out this content to as much possible people as we can, and of course, to create different types of content, as Maria mentioned, to different types of group, and you need to have this time. And you don't need after that to say send individual emails to everyone or just to think how you can attract those people. There are softwares about that. And I think everyone that nowadays want to grow as a business, he needs to think about where is my audience and am I now doing the best thing to attract them, and not only to attract them, but also to nurture them. Because nowadays it's taking up to 6 to 12 touch points to your brand before somebody makes a decision to buy from you or to engage with you. So we need to be inbound there. We need to be everywhere where our buyer is, and this is not impossible. It's impossible actually only from human perspective. We need to use tools for that, and such tools are of course HubSpot as a very complex solution. What we're going to see today.
Yeah, and on the topic of automation, I love automation, and we're trying to do as much as possible of that because it frees us time to do the things we love. And I think that they should use it the right way to do more of the things that we love. And yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, great answers. Thank you very much. We have just 5 minutes left, and I want to ask you just one or two visionary questions, depending on how much time really we have left. Starting with one quotation, which is very much becoming popular in marketing and sales, in the marketing and sales spheres. People say marketing and sales are going to be one and the same thing in 10 years. What do you think about that?
Well, I would say that we are seeing more and more connection and link between the marketing and sales, and I think they should be in sync so that can produce the best results. Because when we put the plans together, you can use the right way the marketing tools and marketing strategies to bring sales. I mean, this is one of the main things. Of course, we can use it for reputation building, etc., etc. But it's also, at the end of the day, we want to grow the business.
Okay, great answer, Ivan.
Yeah, it's. I'm always saying that today's marketers, they need to start thinking more as a salespeople, and today's salespeople they need to start thinking more as a marketers, and that's something that we don't see so often nowadays because everybody is focused on his tasks and his professional, let's say, perspective. And when we create piece of content, we are really focused on to create the best piece of content. But how this content after that we're going to reach, let's say, a potential buyer, or what happens after that? What is the feedback about this content? Is sometimes actually a job from the salesperson to hand it over to the marketers. We see nowadays marketing and sales alignment in B2B world. Consisting from, marketers, they are responsible for creating the best possible materials for a sales rep. We know about, the buyer's journey. So we have people that are in awareness phase, consideration, decision phase. And for every of these phase, we need to create piece of content. Marketers are really good for creating awareness and consideration phase content. For attracting potential buyers, and then salespeople, they need to create consideration content. But in order to move this person along the funnel or the path, we need to align ourselves, and which we saw actually in some of our previous clients. It was amazing how the marketing people in the company are having one perception of their buyer persona, and the salespeople are having another perception of their buyer persona. And it cannot work because everybody is trying to sell to different people. So marketing are creating content for different buyer persona, and salespeople are going to meet another buyer persona, which is not effective. So we need to sit on one table. We need to exchange ideas. We need to start working together. And in order to work together, we need a tool. So we need a place where we can streamline the whole process. We cannot just like communicate via email or something like that. And therefore, we need a tool that is actually very helpful and powerful for marketers. And on the same time, it's a tool that salespeople can use to sell better. And that is actually marketing and sales alignment in the best way.
Great. 1 minute, and I would like short answers of you. If you would recommend, if you would advise people, what skill do you think they should start developing right now in order to be competitive in 10 years' time?
Oh.
Maybe
the audience can help us as well.
Yeah, I don't know if it's a skill. I think it's a mindset of curiosity and not being afraid of technology, but being able to use technology to move faster forward. That's what I would say.
Yeah, totally agree with Maria. We still are seeing people that are in a very, let's say, fruitful age, powerful age. So 25 years, 30, 35 years old people, experts in sales and marketing, and they're still not digital. They're still not very techy. They don't know how to work with several tools on the same time. And I think this is something like, like a DJ is playing on different tools. We need to be able, as marketing and sales people, to get very fast in what we are using as a tool. Don't get lost in lots of tools, of course. And that's why HubSpot is very amazing, because it offers a very good consolidation. And the other thing that I want to say is I'm a great fan of building networks. A great salesperson is the one that has a very powerful, healthy network of people. And he doesn't want to sell to everyone, but he wants to have let's say, connection to people that they can be very useful to him in the future. So invest more in networks, be patient, and of course, invest more in inbound sales as well, not only in outbound sales.
Yeah, and also invest in building a community. I think that HubSpot are amazing in that, and they keep kind of growing this community and help them grow. And that's how actually at the end we both grow.
Exactly.
Amazing insights and thought. Thank you very much, Maria Gergova, founder and CEO of United Partners, and Ivan Bondokov, co-founder of Limacon. Thank you very much for this session.
Thank you, Maria.
Thank you, guys. It was amazing.
Starting immediately with the next session. So see you in our next virtual room.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.